Hey guys, so I'm sitting down for part two of my satanic, demonic, psycho roommate that I had kicked out about maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago. And the first time I put up the video, I did actually film second part in that video. I just edited it out because I just felt like I had forgotten a lot of important information. So I was just like, I might as well just try to sit down and film a part two because that video was kind of long and I didn't want it to be that long. So, here's part two. She's been gone for about, like I said, a month and a half to 2 months already. And since the person that I live with now also knows her kind of on a personal level, he kind of gives me updates on like what she's doing, where she's living now. So we're going to get to that. So, continuing from when she was that night that she got belligerently drunk and was just sounding like a demon was on the inside of her, I allowed her to stay in my house for another month. And I just had told her that there's no more drinking to go on in the house. There's no more getting drunk. Like, you can't handle your liquor, and I'm scared for my life when you get drunk. So I just don't trust you. At this point, my roommates, I had just gotten those two new roommates in the master bedroom, and they were really cautious of her. The guy, her husband, he didn't trust her, he didn't like her, he got bad vibes from her. And the lady was scared that his wife was scared that demon, I think her name was Satan, that Satan was going to poison their food out of being malicious and, conniving, because she was thinking that nobody in the house liked her. She was correct. Nobody liked her. So I'm going to try to remember everything that went on after. So basically, I had told her that there was not going to be any more alcohol in the house. She couldn't drink in the house, and if she wanted to drink, she needed to go outside, go somewhere off the premises, far from the premises, and drink. You cannot drink here. No alcohol is allowed here. You cannot be drunk here. She agreed to it. She signed it. I made her sign a paper that said that she will be waiving her rights to 30 days in the house, because in the state of Virginia, you have to give people 30 days to leave your house if they're renting. So I had her sign a paper that waived her rights of those 30 days, and she then had 72 hours to escort herself or vacate the premises within 3 days. So I got smart, had her sign a contract because I knew she was going to fuck up again, which she did. So I have 3 roommates, not including Satan. I said that I was going to call him Guy in the first video, but we're going to call him Biggie. We're going to call him Biggie. So, Biggie was in the hospital. He was supposed to be living here at the same time that Satan was living here. But Biggie had to go to the hospital for health problems. So he wasn't here to witness everything that happened. When he finally came, I did not tell Biggie that there was no alcohol allowed in the house. So Satan took that opportunity to get him to provide alcohol to her or to hold on to the alcohol for her. I had no idea that this was happening. Apparently, she had been giving him alcohol and storing it up in her room with him, and they would drink in their room. And my 2 new roommates, we're going to call them the couple, they saw the alcohol, they saw them drinking, because I would spend a lot of my time outside of the house at like my boo's house or my friends. I was never really sleeping here. So when I wasn't here, Satan took the opportunity to drink behind my back while I wasn't here. This lady had nowhere to go. Satan had nowhere to go if I had kicked her out. So the fact that she disrespected me and still drank and put her living situations in jeopardy just for a quick drink shows you what kind of woman she is. She's an addict. She's addicted to alcohol. We all know this. But you're going to be homeless. Homeless if you don't stop drinking. But you can't tell an alcoholic that. You can't tell a drug addict that. They don't care. All they care about is their next fix. Their next fix. That's all they care about. They don't care about where they're going to live, if their family members hate them, if their kids never talk to them again. They only think about the alcohol or their next fix. So she had gotten drunk a few times when I wasn't here, and the couple had told me that she was, but I hadn't seen it. I couldn't prove it. I didn't know where the drinks were. I couldn't find the empty bottles. So then all of a sudden, she would be upstairs. When I started staying home, she would be falling all over the place. This lady, we have a banister. that is a 8-foot drop if you were to fall over it. Her room is next to that banister. She fell because she was so drunk and almost went over the banister. Then, when she was trying to walk to the bathroom, she fell in the bathroom and hit her head on the tub. You guys, her head hit the edge of the tub and she blacked out for a second. Now, this lady has seizures. They told me that she had seizures when she first moved in. I was giving her the benefit of the doubt, thinking that this was a seizure. She was drunk. She was drunk, but I didn't want to believe it because I needed the rent money. I needed the rent money, so I didn't want to believe it. So I asked her if she was drunk. She said no. She went to bed. When she went to her bed, she fell off her bed. She sat down on her bed, fell off, and hit her head on the wall. Just pisses me off how stupid this lady is. How stupid she is. I let it go. Let it go though, because I needed the money and I couldn't prove that she was drunk. She didn't smell like alcohol at all. So there was nothing that I could do, nothing that I could say. Following the next few days, all of a sudden, me and the couple, I'm going to refer to them as the couple, even though her husband wasn't there at the time that this happened, I'm going to still refer to her and her husband as the couple and just as her as the couple. Me and the couple were sitting down on the couch, just the wife though, watching TV. Biggie was down there and Satan was down there. All of a sudden, Satan went upstairs, Biggie went upstairs. Satan came back downstairs 15 minutes later saying, I just want to let you know that Biggie is going to have to be taken away in the ambulance. The ambulance is coming. I just don't want you to freak out knowing that they're here. But, you know, his blood pressure is really, really high. Her second strike came when she was part of the reason that my other roommate got sent to the emergency room. She had apparently been buying him alcohol and was letting him drink in the house after she knew that no alcohol was allowed on premises. She knew that this guy had his own mental problems, that with alcohol, pills, and his mental problems all combined were going to kill him. She was going to help himself kill himself by drinking. He had 4 40-ounce beers that she provided with him and let him drink all of them in her room. The dude passed out on her floor, her room floor, and we had to call the ambulance on him because he could not move. This was her fault. I blamed her for it. She knew she was wrong. Yes, he drank the drinks, but she knew that there was not supposed to be any alcohol. Why would you let him drink in your room? Why would you provide him the alcohol to get shit-faced drunk where he had to be taken to the hospital? Are you that stupid? And then she knew that I blamed her for it. So she came downstairs wanting to almost fight me because I was blaming her for it. I was like, if you didn't know, she was like, I didn't know anything. I didn't know he was drinking. I'm not his keeper. Whatever he does, that's his thing. And I'm like, no, you gave him the alcohol. I'm not about to sit here and argue with you. I will tell you what the consequences are, whether you need to get up out of here or not. This is your fault. He's in the hospital because of you. And then she was going to sit there and try to get up in my face and yell at me about it. She was putting his life at danger. No, she can't force him to drink. No, she can't. She can influence him, but she can't force him to do anything. But you knew damn straight that there wasn't supposed to be any alcohol in this house, and you still gave it to him. And not only that, this dude is passed out on your floor. You look suspicious. Even if you didn't give him the alcohol, you're the one that looks in the bad. You look like you're in the bad light right now because he is passed out drunk on your floor in your room. You're going to be held accountable if anything happens to him. I'm going to be held accountable if anything happens to him because it happened in my house. I don't want anybody dying in my house so 3 more ghosts can be roaming around in my house. We don't need that. I don't want that. Even though it would be interesting to have a haunted house. But I don't want that old lady dying in my house and then Satan's roaming around with her. Hell no. Hell no. So the ambulance take him away, and apparently while I was outside talking to the ambulance people, I'm going to call them the ambulance people. I forget what they're called right now. I can't think. Satan went to the couple to talk shit about me. She was saying, oh, she's going to blame me for this. She's going to blame me for that. So I sat the couple down and I said, this is what happened. She went all demonic on me. She knows that there's no alcohol supposed to be in the house. And then that's when the couple told me, yo, I've seen her drinking around the house just 2 days ago. Like, she was drunk 2 days ago when you weren't here. She was like, I didn't think anything of it. She's a grown woman. Why would I tell her to stop drinking? Like, you know, she's grown. But now that I know that she's an alcoholic and that she did that, this really scared her and put her off. and now everybody hated her. Well, not even, everybody was scared of her because she got really mad for no reason without even talking to me. I didn't know what was going on. Without even talking to me, she assumed that I was blaming her for Biggie going to the hospital. I still thought that it was because of high blood pressure until the couple came up to me and told me, no, it's not blood pressure. He was drunk. She got an attitude with me. This lady I finally confronted her. That night, she actually confronted me. That night that Biggie went to the hospital, Satan sat on the seat across from me and was like, do you have something to say to me? She had the audacity to shrug her shoulders, acting like she had something to say to me, like she was gonna confront me about something. She was all like, so you got something to say to me? She's saying it like she wanna fight. Girl. Satan. I don't fuck with Satan. No, I'm not even gonna pretend. I don't fuck with Satan. I don't want no demons attached to me. She's taking bits of my hair and putting some voodoo on me because she's so mad at me. No, I was like, I will talk to you when I'm ready. I will talk to you when I've gotten my thoughts together about what I'm gonna do about the situation. And I basically had to give her 3 days to move out. Within those 3 days, she had been going behind my back and talking shit about me to my other roommate, and my other roommate would come and tell me that she was talking shit about me. She was eavesdropping on our conversations. Like, if we were sitting in the living room, me and the wife of the couple, she would be sitting in the back room in the dark by herself just to eavesdrop on us. My mom caught her doing it one time, and my mom was like, why are you sitting right here by yourself in the dark? And then she moved from there, and then when me and the wife were done talking, she went upstairs to go use the bathroom, and she was sitting on the stairs in the dark listening to us to see if we were talking about her. This is how crazy she was. She would eavesdrop on us talking to see if we were talking about her. Girl, you were not important enough. You were not important enough for us to talk about. You literally went out of your way to eavesdrop on our conversation. And you guys, it's not like, oh, she was like playing on her phone sitting down on the stairs. She doesn't have a phone like a Samsung Galaxy. She had a regular phone that all you could do was text and call, and you couldn't even do that because it was broken. She wasn't just sitting down playing on her phone. She was eavesdropping. This is how crazy and paranoid she was. She was always thinking that we were talking about her or doing something or planning something against her. Like, no, girl, we just wanted you to get out. Get out of the house, please, because we don't need these demons anymore. And she was just really vindictive. Not vindictive, but just, she would talk about me all the time to my other roommate. My other roommate would come to me and be like, yo, she said this about you. Like, she's always thinking that you don't like her, which I didn't. I don't like you. You're Satan. Nobody likes Satan except Satanists. But I'm not Satanist, okay? This is a Christian household, okay? Christian. So she finally, within those 3 days, we were so trying to figure out if she was going to, like, poison our food. Like, what was she going to do? Was she going to start problems? Was she going to destroy the house? Was she going to steal? Eventually, she just started stealing, like, little things. Like, not even, like, materialistic things. She would use, like, all of our washing detergent. She would use our washing detergent. Like, stupid stuff like that, which, I'm not going to say anything. Just get out. Please, just get out. So she finally gets out, and the next day, she got out when I was at work, and my roommate texted me saying that she's gone. So I am on my way back home because I was supposed to check to see if Satan's room was clear. You know, the floor was cleaned up. She didn't break anything. She didn't leave anything. Just wanted to make sure that the room was okay. So I'm on the phone with my grandma while I'm driving to my house. And, you know, the phone call was normal. Normal-ass phone call, right? I get into the house, go upstairs, still on the phone with my grandma. As soon as I get close to Satan's door and I walk in, static starts coming onto my phone. Static, which is so weird. I don't really think anything of it, but I'm like, oh, grandma, I can't hear you. So I walk out of Satan's room and I walk towards my room, and then my phone started to clear up again. I could hear my grandma, so I was like, oh, my phone's okay now. So I walk across the hallway again to go back to Satan's room because I didn't really get a good look at it. Go in there again, static. Straight static. I can't hear my grandma at all. So then I'm like, yo, that's weird. Walk out again, go to my roommate's room, which is close to my room on the other side of the hallway. And my phone clears up again, but at this point, I'm weird. So I'm weirded out. So I'm gonna let you guys look at, actually no, pause. So I'm thinking this, I'm weirded out. So I tell my grandma, hey, I'm going to talk to you later, or I'm going to call you back later. I got to do something. So I hang up, and my roommate's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I went to Satan's room to check to make sure that if it was clean, and every time I would go in there, my phone would get staticky. And my roommate is straight Christian. I mean, straight by the book Christian. She went to one of those Christian outreach programs or whatever it's called, where your whole life is just surrounded by Christ. You don't watch TV. You don't do anything that doesn't revolve around the Bible. That's how like Christian religious she is. And she was like, yo, like that sounds like some satanic some satanic stuff. Like when demons or ghosts are around, they play with electronics. So I'm thinking, holy shit, that room is haunted, or she left behind some demons or something. So I'm gonna insert my Snapchat of that. Hopefully I still have it, so just watch this. All right, you guys, my crazy roommate has finally moved out, and we're about to start anointing her room because some creepy stuff is like attached to this woman, and it's probably in her room. So my roommate went in and anointed, which is pray over the room. She put some crosses up on the windows and on the doors. She anointed like us and stuff, which is like putting cross, like take holy water that's been prayed over and put a cross on you so that nothing bad can hurt you, nothing can come in, everything has to leave. So then when she did that, like my phone was normal and never did that again. My phone never did it again. That's how I feel like when I tell someone has like those type of demons that they deal with, where they're alcoholics or they're drug related, or they're necrophiliacs, or I don't even know what a necrophiliac is. Somebody who's addicted to sex. Like when you have that type of negative addiction to yourself, it opens yourself up to be susceptible to demonic presences. If you are religious, or if you are, Christian or Catholic, you have to believe in angels, and on top of that you have to believe in demons. And I do believe in demons, that when you are open up to that type of stuff, things can come in. And I think she had something attached to her. I'm not saying her whole life is paranormal stuff, but I just think, dark things can follow you around because of that. They feed off your negative energy of, you being so depressed and dark on the inside and numb, that they feed off that. So I just feel like she left some of that in that room. I'm not saying the house was haunted. I'm just saying just some dark energy was left behind when she left, and she's never allowed back in my house. We prayed over the room. We got the spirits out. Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. So that was the follow-up of my story. Kind of sick. This is my third time filming this. I don't know if I'm going to be putting in bits and pieces of when I first filmed it. So it's going to be going back and forth. But that's my story. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you later, J Squad. Please put down below, comment down below if you've ever had a horrible roommate. And I will talk to you guys later. See you later, J Squad. Dum dum dum